This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let's start. Before I start, let me introduce myself. Hemant already knows, right? Hemant, we have connected in demo. So, Rudy, my name is Mohit. I have around 9 years of experience on SailPoint development and implementations. I have around 5 years of experience on providing SailPoint online trainings. And that's all from my end. Can you please help me about yourself? At least, what is your experience on identity access management? What is your experience on Java? And those things so that I can get to understand what is your the level of knowledge on this identity access management product.
Awesome. Hey, Mohit. I am Ruthie, and I am working with SailPoint at current, but I am working as like an administrator, and I want to explore the development part of it and also gain the certificate, get certified in it as well. So the knowledge that uh,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, one moment. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, so I am working at current with SailPoint, but more of a like an analyst administrator, and I want to actually explore the development side. I do have experience in Java, but I have not worked with Java long time now. So
Okay, that's fine. That's good. That's fair enough for me to understand. Okay.
okay,
Okay.
awesome.
So, yep. Thank you. Hey,
Yep.
hi, Hemant. Okay. So let's start with the. Let me share my screen. Okay. So we'll start. We'll cover 15 to 20 minutes. Whatever we cover in demo. What is identity access management? What is SailPoint? Why we moving to the SailPoint? We'll ask you the questions about the things, and then we understand the. Try to understand the keywords or the terminology of the SailPoint so that we will understand what is the connector, what is application, what is aggregation, what is provisioning, those things, and then we'll start. Okay. So what is identity access management? Ridu, Ruthi?
To manage the access for one identity.
Yep. To manage the access of identity. So identity access management is used to manage the access of identities. Now coming to the things, there are a lot of tools in the market for the identity access management. Why the sale point is important? Why companies or organizations are moving to the sale point? Hemant, why the companies are moving to the sale points? Hello, Hemant, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. So if the company is small, then we can manage the access, but if the company is large, we cannot manage the access by itself. Uh, so we need some tool to uh, manage all the access for. many people. And also we can automate their like if the employee leaves or if an employee comes in, like it will take very less time to onboard him.
Yes. So Hemant, you were there in the demo, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, yes. So the as a benefit of the SailPoint, as Hemant said that okay, see what happens in the different. There are many tools in the market like IBM Tivoli, Oracle, SailPoint. SailPoint provide a few major benefits. That's why the organizations are moving to the SailPoint. The major benefit is the few major benefits are the first easy onboarding. Sorry, easy installations.
yes,
Easy installation, simple application onboarding, plus in simple application onboarding, SailPoint provide 57 plus out of the box connector, out of the box application or connector, which means SailPoint says that I'm already providing the framework for the out of the box 57 application. You can use them and you can utilize their framework. Now, apart from that, SailPoint provide one BAP services connector as well, which they recently provided from the 7.0. Not recently, but yes, they provided earlier. It was not there. They have introduced this BAP services connector from 7.0. What the BAP services connector means, any custom connector, custom application which support or provides REST API to consume, to explore or consume, you can configure into the SailPoint without using. You don't need to write your Java class, you don't need to write your XML file, you don't need to write a UI path where you need to understand the XHTML and all those things. Nothing. The SailPoint providing a generic framework for the all the type of all the web services connector, which means any connector, any applications which has exposed the REST API. SailPoint says that you can use that in your web services connector under SailPoint. Okay, it can be the Yahoo, it can be the ForgeRock, it can be any applications which support the REST connector. Clear or not? Clear, Rudy, Human? Clear?
yeah, yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the third benefit is the provides a lot of feature in certification. In IBM Tivoli, there are very limited certifications. I worked in the IBM Tivoli for the certification perspective, where I trigger the certification. Over there, there are very limited feature of the certifications. But in SailPoint, SailPoint provides a lot of feature under the certifications. You can trigger a certification on particular identity. You can exclude the identity. You can pre-delegate the access. There are a lot of things which you can do into the certifications. So that is the important feature into the for the SailPoint. That's why company are moving to the SailPoint. The fourth important point is installations, application onboarding, certifications, customization. Uh, Before that, let's automatic provisioning. Automatic provisioning is provided by almost all the identity access management tool, whether it would be Oracle, ForgeRock, but SailPoint provide additional feature which makes the SailPoint different, and the most important one is customization. These customizations make the SailPoint from different from the others. SailPoint says these are my exposed API. You can use this API and do whatever you want to do. I will support. I will. We are our product will support whatever customize you can do. Okay, so that is the important things, because right now in today's world, people don't want to follow someone's path. They want that okay, if I need this, I should go in this way. I should not. Someone should not say to me that you cannot do that. If I have knowledge, if I can do that, I should definitely do that. Okay, so that feature provided by the SailPoint. SailPoint says if you know the knowledge of the customizations. If you know the things about that particular customization, go ahead. SailPoint support the generic frameworks, and if you go with that customization, SailPoint will support that. Okay, clear? Clear or not?
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
Now coming to the one, the SailPoint have a three different profile. As you're already aware, Riddhi, that SailPoint comes with a three profile, like implementation and support. Right now, earlier it was two implementations support. Right now, most of the companies, when they say implementation, they are expecting to the person that he would be able to develop as well as provide the administration. Correct? So,
Okay.
okay. So the development plus administrator plus support. uh, there are many people who work on the support team, where they work on the debugging, enabling the logs, troubleshooting the things, and handling the incidents. So that is comes under the SailPoint support. In the SailPoint implementations, they cover the development and administrator. Developments are the part where majorly they, in the development, they configure a workflow, configure a lifecycle event, custom rules, configure the rules will would be the for the certifications and policy violations for all other things. So these comes under the development. And the administrator, it comes like application onboarding, configuring certifications, policy violations, and here the one more thing is customization. uh, Application onboarding, configuring certifications, configuring the policy violation, installation, matching, uh, what are the other things? Okay, these are comes under the administrator part. What are the things comes under the support sections? Troubleshooting, reporting, advanced analytics. Clear or not? Any doubts in this?
Nope.
Uh,
I think
we are good.
yeah.
So we are going to cover all three into this our training course. So what would be the training course? Let me explain you. Let me show you what would be the course content so that you will get an idea. So this would be our course content, where we will be explaining the business purpose, overview, common component, overview of the Identity IQ installations. We will installing the SailPoint on your local machine. Okay, that is understanding installations process. Then we will cover the application onboarding. We will cover the three delimited file connector, one JDBC connector, one LDAP connector. That would be our application onboarding. We will cover the aggregations, identity mappings, all those things. Then we will cover the policy violations, risk score, how to configure risk score, all the policies violations, the certifications, manager, application owner, entitlement owner, all the certifications, what is the pre-delegation rule, what is the exclusion rule into the certifications. And then we'll cover the role. What is the role definitions, role mining, how to configure the birthright provisioning role, what is the role based access control, those things. Then we'll cover the troubleshooting, how to troubleshoot, how to enable the logging, what is the debug phase, what is the IIQ console, what is the purpose of the IIQ console. We'll cover the reporting sections, how to configure the report, how to create a reports over there. Lifecycle event, joiner, leaver, mover, rehire, all the lifecycle event with the example. And what is provisioning, automatic provisioning, manual provisioning, what is workflow, custom workflow, how to configure a custom workflow, how to configure a workflow from the UI. So those are the things which we'll cover into the training. Any doubts, any questions over there?
So far, good.
Okay, Ridvi, any doubts? Rudhi?
No, good.
Okay, okay. So these are the things which we'll going to cover. So let's now start with the one. Open the
Um, will we get the content or the PDF which have mentioned all the content
Yep,
or what's going to be covered in the training?
yes.
Oh,
The Chanakya will share with you.
okay, awesome. Thank you.
I'm just opening the, just give me 1 minute. Okay, meanwhile it is loading. What is lifecycle manager and compliance manager? Hemant, any idea? What is lifecycle manager? What is compliance manager?
No idea, Mohit.
Okay, Rudvi, any idea what is the lifecycle manager and what is compliance manager?
I believe the lifecycle manager, it's where we configure joiner, mover, lever,
Hmm?
and compliance
Okay.
manager. Sorry, go
Hmm.
ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, compliance manager, I believe, is where it comes to the scorecard or
Okay. So lifecycle manager is not the one lifecycle event. So what you were talking, the joiner, lever, mover, that is called lifecycle events.
okay,
Okay.
yes, that's what.
So the life cycle manager are the one which manage the complete the things of the related to the provisioning, and the obviously life cycle event. It will include the provisioning, life cycle event, workflow. Everything comes under the life cycle manager, where you are
Okay,
managing the password, managing the provisioning, everything which is related to the where you are provisioning, managing password, everything which you do in over there, that is called life cycle manager.
manager.
Then what is a
Okay,
compliance manager? The compliance manager more on the auditing perspective, right?
okay,
Which
yeah,
include the policy violations, certifications, risk score. Those things comes under the compliance manager. Clear? So life
Clear.
cycle manager, it includes provisioning, manage password, and configuring events. Events means a life cycle events. What the compliance manager, it includes it is for auditing purpose. It's for auditing purpose. And the main reason is, it includes the certification, policy violation, and risk score. In Europe or in US, many organizations are moving to the sale identity access management product just because of the compliance manager. Now you will say, why the compliance manager? Because in US and Europe, the government has enforced that if your company's strength is more than particular limit like a 500, you need to have a compliance manager in your company. Okay, so in US and Europe, it is mandatory that if your company's strength is more than 500, it is mandatory to have the compliance manager. Now the company have a choice. So if, let's say, the company name is FedEx, let's say FedEx is using their out of the box, there's some in-house application, it's in-house application for managing the access. Whenever user comes, they are providing the access using their in-house application. But obviously the in-house application will provide the access. Now they don't have access of this compliance, but the company's strength increased more than 500. Now government is enforcing. Now they don't want to move the lifecycle manager to the identity IQ tool, the identity access management tool. They want to move the governance part. This is called governance also. Governance part to the identity access management tool. So the benefit of the SailPoint is SailPoint says I'm decoupling both the things, lifecycle manager and compliance manager. If you want compliance manager, I will show you only compliance manager related things. You will not see the lifecycle manager. Now the question comes, you will ask, Mohit, then are the SailPoint is charging less to the customer who are using the only compliance manager? I will say no, because SailPoint is not a cloud solution which will charge as per the uses or as per the hours. It is in-house application. It is not a cloud application. So they provide a complete bundle of software which charge include the compliance and the governance. Then the question comes, why the company will use the only compliance manager? Any idea, Hemant and Ridvi?
No idea.
Ridvi?
No.
See, let's say you are the company's administrator and you know that I'm not using the lifecycle manager of the SailPoint. Okay, I have another tool for the lifecycle manager. But now if your tool will show you all the options related to the lifecycle and compliance, the administrator would be confused and it would be and the difficult task for him to identify the things, right? But here the SailPoint says if you need compliance manager, I will show you on the UI only those things which are related to the compliance manager. To make the simplicity of the UI, this is the important. So SailPoint has decoupled both the things. Is that clear?
So Mohit, my understanding is company can either use lifecycle manager or compliance manager, or also they can use both as
Correct.
per their usage. Okay.
Yes. Clear. But
Yep.
the thing is, compliance they cannot separately use the lifecycle manager. For lifecycle manager, it depends on the compliance as well. Okay, so if they are planning
Okay.
to use the lifecycle manager, they need to import both the lifecycle and compliance. But if they need only compliance manager, then they can stick with the compliance manager. Clear?
Okay. Both
Yep.
for SailPoint, like identity access will be dependent on both lifecycle and compliance, right? Like they both have interdependency.
Correct, correct.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now we'll understand the terminology and then we'll come to the architecture of the SailPoint. Okay, I will ask you question to Ridvi and I will understand from the Himant as well, not related to the identity access management. I want your perception about those attributes. Just try to explain me what are the things you see. I will note down every the terminology and then we'll discuss. Okay,
Okay,
so
cool.
Good.
Okay, so let's understand one by one. What is application? Okay, before that,
Mm-hmm.
target system. What is target system?
Okay, so target system is the end application. It could be the Azure system or like in any application like
Any
financial,
application.
right? LDAP, Azure, exactly AD,
Any application. It can be any application.
PeopleSoft,
Yes,
yeah,
it can be PeopleSoft, JDBC, delimited file, ED, LDAP, Azure. If I'm saying third-party system or a target system, which means I'm talking about the any applications. Okay, clear?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, what is the application?
Application is I should is a actually I would say a connector. Uh, application is what connects the SailPoint to the end system,
That is called connector.
right?
So
I
what application means? It's the term which I'm talking. When I say application, which
mhm.
means I'm talking about the target system on the IIQ. I, I need to
Oh, okay.
configure. See, these are the Hemant, these are the target system. AD, LDAP, Azure, delimited file connector, uh, uh, Google Apps, the SAP. All these are a target system which have a separate application. You have to log
Okay.
in over there into the Google. That is the Google over there, Google Apps. There is a Lotus Domino, AD server is there. These are the target system. When I'm talking about the target system, which means I'm talking about the third-party applications over there.
Okay.
But when I'm saying the application, AD application, which means I'm referring the AD target system
System. Mm.
in IIQ, which means I need to configure these application, these third-party target system into the IIQ. These target system in IIQ under application. Clear or not?
Yep.
Yeah.
SailPoint, as I told you earlier, SailPoint provides 57 plus
57.
out of the box application framework, which means you can connect 57 type of application, not the 57 application, 57 type of application. There can be organization which contain the 500 application. Now you will say, Mohit, you said the 57 application, but the company have a 500 application. 57 are the type. There can be possible that for in my organization, for they have a 8 application just for Active Directory, 8 applications just for Active Directory. There are different domain for Active Directory, so they've configured the for 4 domain for the prod, 4 domain for a dev, 4 domain for the test QA. So they have a 12 application, 12 application just for Active Directory. Okay, so but the type is one, that is the Active Directory. Clear? So the SailPoint provide 57 out of the box application type. Okay, clear?
Okay.
So you can configure a separate application into the SailPoint. That is called application. So if you configure the JDBC MySQL, the MySQL on the target system, inside the target system, go to the target system, go to the MySQL target system and update over there. That means I am talking to the directly go to the open the MySQL and go there. When I say go to the MySQL application, you will understand I'm talking about the go to the application into the IAQ, MySQL application into the IAQ. Clear?
Yep.
Mohit, one question.
Yes,
So, a target system is basically they'll be having types of systems, right? And
correct.
application is where we target the application system. So,
We are
kind of
connecting to the target
we
system.
have. Okay, got it.
Yep. Okay,
Okay, then.
clear? Don't
Yeah,
hesitate to
clear.
ask any questions, both Ridvi and Hemant. If you have any single doubt, any doubt, just ask me. Okay, clear your
Yeah.
doubt.
Can you give me one example for target
Okay,
system and
okay,
application?
yep, okay. So let's say you have a target system called AD, correct?
Okay, okay,
Okay, That is a Active Directory target system. So you will go to the, let's say LDAP. I have already with the LDAP. LDAP is, I have a free software. So let's say this is my LDAP. So I will go LDAP target system. So this is my LDAP target system. I will go there. If I want to change the password on LDAP target system, I will come here. My LDAP has been crashed right now, but that's fine. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is the LDAP target system, okay, which have few setting, which have the users. You need to configure the user. If you click on the base DN, new base DN, DC equals to example3, comma DC equals to com. Okay, I am creating a DN. This is all I'm doing on the LDAP target system. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Now, meanwhile it is creating. Now let me come to the IIQ part, and I will show you. This is where I configure the LDAP application. This application is an IIQ. I am configuring the same LDAP applications over there from IIQ, the LDAP same application here. From here, I can create account, I can manage account, I can manage the password, I can update the any attribute. So that is the LDAP application. Clear?
Clear. Yeah.
Ridvi, clear?
Yes, clear. Thank you.
Okay. What is connector?
Connector is what we configure within application to access the target system.
Correct. Connector is a bridge between IIQ and target system. And IIQ means IIQ's applications. So whatever applications you configure, let's say LDAP, I configured here LDAP application, but how the LDAP will connect to the target system, because IIQ doesn't know how to configure it. So the connector is the actual code. The connector is the actual code which whatever request come from the IIQ, it will connect to the target system, and that particular code contain everything, which means whenever you account aggregation, provisioning, everything which you do, that would be triggered by the connector only. Connector is a bridge. It is written into the, okay, most of the uh, the coding in SailPoint or connector is in Java. Okay, clear or not? All the coding of the connector would be in Java. There are few specific scenario where the AD application does not support the Java. This is a Microsoft product, and we recommend to use the Microsoft language, which is the .NET. For that, SailPoint has created a separate component that is called IQ service.
Thank you,
We'll
sir.
talk this
Okay.
about later. Okay, we'll few after some time. Clear or not? But
Yep.
you understand it that what is connector is? Connector is a bridge between IIQ and a target system. Clear or not?
Yep.
Yes.
Every application would be having at least one connector. Clear or not? For one application there would be one connector. Clear or not?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so that is the connector. Now what is the aggregation?
It's a task which updates or rather refresh the end system, or if there are any changes in the end system, it will go ahead and refresh it in IIQ.
Good. Hemant, would you like to add few things over there?
No idea. No.
Okay, so let me explain you. Aggregation, understand like this: fetching the data from target system to IAQ.
Okay, yes, better words. Thank you.
Yep. Now it can be, so what are the type of aggregation we have in IAQ? So there are two type of aggregation we have: account aggregation and account group aggregation.
Group yep.
Now, what is account aggregation? Account aggregation means fetching the accounts or users information from target system to IIQ. Now, in the user information, it includes user information includes attributes of the user plus and the groups or permission of that user.
Okay.
Clear or not? Then you will say, Mohit,
Yep.
what is the purpose of the account group aggregation if I'm getting all the information about the attribute and group membership, permission, all the things into the account aggregation? What is the purpose of the group aggregation? Any idea? See, let's say, yep, go ahead, Hemant.
Is it something for risk score kind of to
No.
calculate? Okay.
Let's say your name is Hemant and you are in the Active Directory, which have a few attributes. Let's say first name, last name, F name, L name, and few other attributes, city, and all those things. Now, and you are part of particular group. Let's say you are part of AD read only group. Okay, I'm just explaining this, that you are part of AD read only group. Group means the entitlement or permissions which you are assigned, so that you can access that particular area based on this your permissions. Clear or not?
Clear.
Okay, now you will get this permission. So whenever the account aggregation will come, it will show you that okay, you'll get first name, last name, city, AD read only, everything will come. Now, what is the purpose of the account group read only? Which means if you want to update anything on the AD read only, any changes, fetching, it's saying the fetching the group information. It's not about the user's information. Now, what would we do for the group information? The group information, let's say your group information is AD read only. So it will fetch that. And if you want to update the description of this AD group only, AD read only type, if you want to update the owner of that part user, if you want to update any other attribute on that particular, because the group will also contain some attribute, right? Clear or not?
If group has
Yes.
multiple members, like let's suppose like there are 10 members in that read
Hmm.
only, that will it update all the members?
Yes. See, that's the reason. See, whenever you fetch, let's say, good question. Let's say there are 5 users which are having AD read only. You fetch the account aggregation. The 5 member will show the AD read only. But if you want to update anything on the AD read only, you need to fetch. You need to do the account group aggregation, which is the entitlement aggregation. Now you get the AD read only. Now you say that okay, I want to update the the description of that particular person. Okay, so the description, when you update the description, it would be applicable to all 5. See, anyway, this account aggregation does not check what is the description of this or not. They just link that with the AD read only. Clear or not? Anyway,
Okay.
this is just a linkage between that. Okay, Hemant is part of this AD read only. What is inside this AD read only, that doesn't care about the user, right? That is that what is the description changes, the name changes, the description changes, and all those things. That is the group settings, right? Group permission. So in any tool, any application which contains user and group, okay, so you can update the users as well, and you can update the groups as well. To updating the users and fetching the users, once you update the users, you want to fetch the data into the IIQ, you will use the account aggregations. If you want to update the permission of the user, then it would be the same account aggregation. But if you want to update the attributes of the group, it will come under the account group aggregations. Clear or not? When we will give the example, it would be more clear from the lab. Clear or not?
Yep.
Yeah. Just to confirm, Mohit, is something if you want to update a specific attribute, then we go to account in aggregation. But if you want to update the whole read-only or other entitlements, we go for group aggregation, right?
Correct. If you want to update the
Okay.
entitlement, you will go to the group. If you will go to the account group aggregation. But if you only touch with the user, then you should work on the account aggregation.
Account
Account
aggregation.
aggregation is important. Account group aggregation is not that much important. Why that much is not important? Because most of the companies or most of the target system says that these are the target system which is created by us. So don't update or don't change over there from your IAQ. So the limit the SailPoint provide a feature, but the most of the target system like AD, LF, they are having their own groups and all those things. So they don't suggest to update any changes onto the groups from the IAQ. Okay, that require a proper
Okay.
permissions over there. That's why. So obviously the SailPoint provide the feature. If the target system have no problem, then we can go ahead and we can update the things. But
Okay.
the if you will see that there's in real organizations the requirement of this one is the uses of this aggregation is bit less. Okay, clear?
Clear.
Okay, now the next thing is, what is identity and what is account?
Identity in IAQ is a cube where we have all the access
Mhm.
listed under our profile. Account is a single account we have on in target systems.
Then what is account?
We in account on a target system, like in our access on single target system.
Okay. Right, but you explain a lot of things related to the identity cube. You explain the identity cube.
Yeah,
Okay, so right now what I'm looking is what is identity. The identity is users in
right.
IdentityIQ. What is account? Users in target system.
Target system, right.
When I say I want to trigger account aggregation, which means when I talk a word called account, you will understand that it is related somehow to the target system. When I call the account provisioning, which means provisioning account aggregation, which means it is somehow interconnected with the target system. When I say account provisioning, which means somehow it is connected with the target system. But when I say identity, refresh identity, which means it is not connected with the target system, it is completely on the identity in IIQ. User in the identity IQ called identity, user in the target system called accounts. This one identity can have a multiple account. Means, let's say you have account, you have user, let's say Hemant or Ridvi. Let me correct your name. I'm Ruthi. Correct. So let's say Ruthi have account on AD. She has account on LLab. She has account on PeopleSoft. She has account on the ForceRocks or Salesforce. Okay. So she has a four place where she have the his Ridvi accounts. So those are all accounts. Once the data will created in IIQ, there would be one Rudvi identity will created. How the identity will create, I will explain in the next. How the identity will create, I will explain in next. But once your one identity is created and all the accounts will be mapped to identity. Is that clear or not?
Yes. Identity will be unique, right?
Yes. Identity would be
Okay.
unique into the IAQ. When I say
IAQ. Okay.
identity, it is user in the identity IQ. Clear or not?
Okay. Yes.
Yep.
Ridvi, clear?
Yes. Clear.
Okay. Now, coming to this, what is identity cube? Now, the one which you explained, Rudhi, that whenever we fetch the data from
Mm-hmm.
any account target system to IAQ, the identity queue, first thing is identity. Okay, before that, before explaining the identity queue, I forgot one thing to explain, which is the authoritative application and non-authoritative application. Very important
Okay. Yeah.
in basics. Okay, Hemant, any idea what is authoritative, what is non-authoritative application?
No.
Any guesses?
Like, uh, if the user has permissions like read, write, read, and everything, it's an authoritative. If user has only read only, then it's not
No,
non-authoritative.
no, that is not. Okay, now coming to
Okay.
Rudvi. Rudvi, any idea on the what is authoritative application?
Um, Third example of that would be PeopleSoft or where we
Correct.
are agree. Okay. Cool.
The example is correct, but what is the authoritative application? When you explain to someone that what is the authoritative application?
That's where we get the I think I'm sorry, I don't know. Data from HFA. Yeah. Thank you. Source
Okay.
application. Okay.
Yeah. Data from HR feed file, source application, or IAQ will consider the authoritative application is source of truth. Source of truth
Okay.
means any data will come from the authoritative application. It would be uh, the source. Like if any changes happen over there, that is the actual changes. I need to make the changes into the IAQ, which means the authoritative applications are those applications which is the HR feed file, the data. See, let's understand the scenario. Let's say Hemant joined the company. Hemant joined the company called FedEx. So Hemant goes over there. Hemant give the interview. The who would be the first point of contact, Hemant, when you join the when you go for any interview and anything?
HR.
Correct. So HR is your first point of contact. So Hemant will contact to the HR. Now HR will arrange the interview, and it's not that your manager will take interview. Some technical panel will take interview, and let's say they selected you. Now, who would be the first person who would be writing the information, that your first name, last name, every entry would be provided by the HR only, right? The right now your manager doesn't know, you don't know who would be my manager, you don't know everything, nothing about a company. The HR will connect with you, and HR will feed your data. HR will feed your data into their database. So in the database can be, if it is a small company, they would be storing into the Excel. If it's small, the HR will feed into Excel file. If the company is medium or big, they will obviously feed into the some database, JDBC or somewhere, correct? So JDBC. So HR will feed either into the Excel file or JDBs. So here the source application is source applications are can be either a delimited file. If they are using the Excel file, then it would be delimited, which is the CSV file. And if they are storing into the MySQL or somewhere, then it would be the JDBC. Clear or not?
Yep. Got it.
Clear.
Yep. So the IAQ here in the FedEx has already installed the Identity IQ. FedEx have Identity IQ installed. When you join the organizations, the IAQ doesn't know about you, whether you join or not. So the HR will feed the data into the source application, and then every day, so the story is Hemant join, HR will feed the data in let's say CSV file. Now the IIQ, identity IQ, daily check the file whether is there any new entry or not. There's any new entry or any changes in file or not. If yes, let's fetch the data. If yes, fetch the data. And if identity exists, if user exists, exist means the scenario where if the HR update the last name, let's say the person uh, get married and she said that okay, I need to change my surname. In that case, she will contact to HR will update her surname into their HR feed file, and then it will also reflect into the aggregation by the IIQ. So now IIQ check the file by the aggregation, where the data is there is new entry or any changes. If yes, the fetch the data if user exists, and create the identity if doesn't exist. Now once your identity is created, then comes to the non-authoritative application. So authoritative application is clear, the data which will come from the source application, that is called authoritative application. So now in this IIQ, in the for FedEx, the authoritative application is CSV file where the data is coming from, where data is coming. Clear or not?
Yeah, yes,
Yes,
Mohit.
clear.
I have one question. So
Yes.
let's suppose if 100 people join today, like HR will feed all the data into JDBC or CSV file,
Yes.
and you told like uh, the target system will get updated, right? So
Yes.
is a SailPoint developer needs to check every request that was updated by HR, or it will be automatically gets updated? Because if there are 1,000 people joined today, or if 1,000 people updated their last name, so it will be very difficult to update each and every person, right?
Good question. Rudvi, can you help this answer? Can you answer these questions? Do you have any idea about this question?
I'm sorry, I
Okay, so what Hemant says, let's say I explain right now that whenever the HR, whenever user joins, let's say the 100 people join today, and 50 people change their surname today. Okay, now
okay.
how the SailPoint developer will understand that is there any changes? Is there a manual process to check how many users are updated and they need to update into the IAQ, and how it is processed?
So, so once the HR feeds the data into the system, whether it's in CSV file
Hmm?
or in JDBC, IAQ will do the aggregate, and then the data will come into IAQ.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, so Hemant, be more precise with what Ridvi answered. That whenever you, let's say today, HR, let's say the 100 people join from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. From 9 a.m. to 12 a.m., the 100 people join, and after 2 or 3, like a 50 people request for the name change. So, like from morning to evening, there are changes, correct? So the aggregation
Correct.
does not happen after one person join, aggregation will happen. It's not like that. It's a scheduled task which trigger generally at the end of the office hours, which is after like 11 or 12, like after in the night. It depends. If it in the US, it would be like once their office hour will complete, then they start the aggregation of the application one by one. First they start aggregation of the authoritative application, then they start aggregation of the non-authoritative. So let's say in whole days, the whole day completed at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. After that at 8 or 9 p.m. they will start aggregation, which will include all the changes of the for that day. Clear or not?
Okay. So
And
let's
it is
suppose,
scheduled task. Yes, go ahead.
yeah, sorry, please go ahead. Yeah,
No,
yes.
no. I'm saying it is scheduled task, which means there is no
Okay.
manual intervention required. It is scheduled that every day at 8 p.m. it should trigger. So it will trigger every day. Yes. Now go ahead with
Okay.
your.
We can automatically schedule any number of batch tasks, right? Like I can
Correct.
schedule. Okay. And then there is no intervention of a developer to monitor that. It's
Correct.
only that IQ detects the uh, change from HR or something, and then it automatically gets updated in a batch.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Clear?
Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Okay. Now, I need to complete this because we'll connect tomorrow for discussing the remaining things because I have another demo today. So, any doubts, any questions till now?
No, none from me.
No, so far good.
Okay. So tomorrow we'll understand the remaining terminology plus we'll understand the architecture of the SailPoint. What is the architecture of the SailPoint and all those things. And then I will provide you the Ruthvi, do you have a Compass access?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So have you do you have the SailPoint installed on your local machine?
I don't actually.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So I will provide you the whole documents, the supporting
Okay.
software, plus the like a lab machine IAQ software plus Apache plus sorry not Apache Tomcat plus MySQL. So I will provide all those things. Be
Mm-hmm.
ensure be ensure you have the Java 1.8 dot not a latest one. So
Okay.
if you don't have a Java, Hemant, we will configure into the training, that's fine. But if you have if you have Java, make sure it should not be the latest one, very latest one.
So it
Okay.
should be 1.8.
It should be 1.8 dot. In the 1.8 as well, there is an issue with the 256
Okay.
256 version, so you should be around 1.8.202 or something like that.
What is the version of SailPoint we will be installing?
7.2.
7.2. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Clear. So that would be just check over there what is the version, and then when if you don't, if you have some issue in the checking those, we'll check into the lab in training, that's fine. Okay. Clear.
Okay. Clear.
Sure.
Okay, we'll connect tomorrow. Have
Mohit,
a nice day. Yep, go ahead.
actually, will you be sending these recording sessions to us?
Yes, so the recording
Okay.
session and the notes which I'm creating, those will also be shared, but the notes will
Sure.
be shared not on the daily basis, but the recording would be shared on the daily basis. Okay.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, actually, I have a question. How
Yes.
long is the class, Dilly? Just
Sorry.
how long is the class? Like
uh,
how long?
it's a 1 hour class.
Okay. And you said the notes will not be shared daily, but um
Recording session
recordings
is
will.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I will share after 1 days or 2 days, like that, like it's I can share after 1 days or 2 days for let's say 2 days I have created notes, like after
Uh-huh.
tomorrow I will share. Like it's not that uh, that these things would be comes under the recording as well, right? The video, it's not
Right.
audio, it's a video. So I just like, if I forgot, so don't just rely on me that okay I need to share every day this notes. Anyway, I will try to send after 1 day or 2 day, I will definitely, whenever possible I will send it. But just don't rely on these notes. The recording would be shared every day so that you can take a you
No.
can take a reference of from there as well. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Would you suggest something, or will you be sharing like content or anything we will need to learn the course?
Yes, I will share that as well. Whatever
Okay.
content, but it's not that I will share right now. Whatever topics will come, whatever things, okay, on this topics, okay, I have covered this topics, and I think that okay, this is required some additional notes or additional things. I will immediately share before the training, before that date. Okay,
Awesome.
clear?
Thanks,
Okay,
Mohit. Thanks for your
thank you
time
very
and
much.
thank you.
Yep, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.